Hello, welcome back to Cranked Adventures. Now, it's been an absolute hot minute since I've been on this channel. Yes, it's been about a year or so since my last video, if I remember rightly. I'm not checking YouTube while I'm filming this. I was stripping down a shopper bike. I've still got the parts just there. And I was respraying it and refurbing it. And you got part one, and that was it. Well, the bike's still in pieces, but the frame is at least in my car, and I'm waiting to take it to the shop blasters to get the paint stripped off. So in a year, it's gone from here to my car. So that's some progress, but that's not why I'm here today. So the reason I'm back and the reason I've restarted the channel or given it a kick up the arse is because in that year, things have progressed a little bit. So I'll be honest, when I started Cranked Adventures, I was spoken to quite a few YouTubers that said it was great. You get your videos out there, people will view them, you get your views and your subs, and your channel will grow. And I was expecting it to grow fairly quickly, not massively. I wasn't kidding myself, but I was expecting to at least be fairly decent. In a year, I got 125 subscribers, which now with a bit of perspective is amazing. The fact that anyone watched my videos is brilliant, but I was just expecting it to go a bit quicker. So I lost the love for content creation and I stopped with the building of bikes. Another factor behind it is finding bikes that needed work that I could resell to make content out of. And then it was finding bikes that didn't need too much work. So going back to the Boardman I did a year and about 14 months ago, so that cost me £50. I overpaid for that. And I put £50 into it to get it back on the road, and I sold it for 150, so I actually made money. That was an absolute struggle to sell, and it did take me 3 months. I'll be honest, that was my own fault. The bike needed too much work. I took too much on. So it probably would have sold quicker if it didn't need so much work and I was able to put less money into it. But because of that, finding the right bike to make a project out of was difficult. And so I just stopped bothering, and you never got videos. Well, this year, 2026, things have kind of taken a leap when it comes to bikes like this one. So I've started a bit of a community project. So it started out as a way of getting rid of all the excess bikes I'd accumulated. I had about 10. I'd accumulated some that I wanted to make projects out of. I'd been gifted some by neighbours who didn't need them and saw that I did a lot with bikes. And I'd accumulated them, the channel died, and I just had bikes left over. So I fixed a couple of them up, and I decided to put them on Facebook to give them to people for free. So people had chance to get into cycling who may not have had the chance previously. People could then use them to cycle to work or for their kids or school run or anything like that. It was just a case of get the bikes rideable, not whack loads of money into them, just maybe a £10 chain or something like that. Get them rideable and then give them away. That was about a month and a half ago. So I'm filming this now on Monday the 18th of May. This will probably go out 18th or 19th because it's not going to be much editing. It's just a talky video. So I'm recording this on the Monday. So it's about a month and a half ago that I started doing that. And I then got too many people for the amount of bikes I had. And I then started thinking, how can I actually turn this into a positive? The negative is that people can't afford bikes. They don't have them, they want them, but what can I do? So I started a Facebook page, and there will probably be a link down below called Bedworth Community Bikes. The idea that I take bikes in from people, I fix them up, and I gift them back out. That worked quite well up until 3 weeks ago, I think it was, where people were taking advantage. They saw something for free, and they wanted it no matter what. I actually found one person who was messaging me about one of the bikes who'd already set up an ad on Facebook Marketplace for the bike they were trying to have off me. Once I'd found that, because I was looking for new bikes to take in, once I'd found that, I kind of realised what was going on and said, right, I can't be giving these bikes out for free anymore. Plus, some of the bikes I was gifted, or donated, sorry, cost a lot of money to put back on the road. There's one bike in here somewhere, I think it cost me £40 to put back on the road, and gifting that back out for free, although it was a generous thing on my behalf, it's not a good thing, because then that's going to leave me in a financial predicament. So what I've done is I'm going to turn Bedworth Community Bikes into sort of a regional or a county-wide way of raising money for charity. I still want to do something good for local community, for humanity as a whole. So like with this bike, this Specialized, I'm taking bikes in, I'm going to fix them up, I'm going to get them rideable, and then I'm going to sell them, but not for my benefit. Say, take this Specialized for example. If this costs me £30 to put back on the road, I'll sell it for £50 to cover my expenses, and then the extra 20 I will give to a charity. So each bike will cover my costs of putting them back on the road, and they'll also cover a donation to charity. I'll look at donating at the end of every month, maybe at the end of the year instead, so I can accumulate the money and then give it in one fell swoop. Instead of giving 10, 20, £30 here or there, I can give, say, charities a lump sum. So say, look, there's a couple of £100 that I've done through bike sales. There you go. And then at the end of the year, I can accumulate how much I've given to charity, or at least my customers have given to charity. So it will essentially be run as a business, but it will be run for the benefit of local charities, community, so on. So I'm not doing it for myself, I'm doing it for other people. I like bikes, I like working on bikes. It helps me with my mental health. It's being in my workshop working on bikes, it's sort of like a safe space for me. It's something I like doing, so I get something out of it that way, and then people get cheap bikes they can use that they know are going to be good. Bikes get saved because they're not being crushed, they're not being scrapped or anything like that. I'm recycling them, so it's good for the environment as well. And then there's a charity out there, hopefully a local charity. I don't want to go to national charities. I want to find some nice local charities. So recently there's been some political discourse around saving our women and children. If I could link up with like a women's sanctuary for domestic abuse survivors, that would be absolutely fantastic. So yeah, that's what we're doing here at Bedworth Community Bikes, and with the channel Cranked Adventures. So yeah, this is really annoying. I'm trying to film something and the AI on my gimbal has just kicked in, so wherever I move it's going to follow me now. Ooh, that's really annoying. It was set up so I could walk and it'd be fine, but now it's following me. But if it's going to follow me, I can use that to my advantage. So let me walk over here. You can have a look at the Specialized. Nope. Yeah, Specialized there. Anyway, let me show you some of the bikes. So if you swing around here, you'll already see all of these bikes here. So at the top here are my bikes. They're my personal bikes, they're not going anywhere. Then along the bottom here, like here, you've got bikes that I'm working on. If you swing around over here, you might just be able to see these bikes here. These are ones that I've already fixed up and are ready to go. And then, I don't know if you'll be able to see it all the way over here. You've got a stack of bikes, no, you won't be able to see it, a stack of bikes that are awaiting parts. So my whole workshop has now become pretty much an assembly line of bikes and fixing them for the local community. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Now let me show you something. Right, so you've seen all the bikes we've got in my workshop. Well, check that out. I've got even more. So at last count, I think I was about 28, 29, not including my own bikes. So yeah, it's essentially, I'm essentially running a bike sanctuary now, completely by accident, partly because of the channel. So yeah, anyway, let's go back to the workshop. Last couple of minutes of me talking, and then you can get back to doing whatever you want. Right, so now we're back in the workshop. What does this mean for the channel? So I am going to restart the content on the channel. Still going to be bike projects, but they might be slightly different projects. They're not going to be full rebuilds like my shopper bike was. It's just in front of the camera, or this one. I am going to finish this one eventually, so just please hold on. But what I'm going to do is use the channel as a bit of a platform for Bedworth community bikes. So any interesting bikes I get in, like this Specialized Comp hybrid just here, I'm probably going to make a video on this, just talk through what it is, what I'm going to do to it. If we get any interesting bikes, so I've got a very interesting bike over there that I will be making a video out of. I will then use them for content. There's another one over there that I want to make a video out of. So yeah, if we get any nice or interesting bikes through, I'll make some content on them. Otherwise, any content I make will just be basic sort of bike maintenance, not explaining what to do, just you watching me and then looking at the bikes. Maybe having some adventures on some of the bikes. But yeah, don't really know what else to say because I've talked quite a lot, but I had to reintroduce the channel. As I say, Bedworth Community Bikes. There'll be a link down below for the Facebook page. Please like it, share it. Even if you're not in my county of Warwickshire in the UK, it's fine. Carry on liking it. You can share it if you want. If we could get worldwide reach, that'd be amazing. I don't know what I'd do with it, but there we are. I'm also going to look at making some t-shirts for myself. Mainly because when people come to collect the bikes, if I'm wearing a shirt and I look a little bit professional, they're probably going to trust me a bit more. I'm not just some idiot in shorts. So just trying to look a bit more like professional, for lack of better words. If I could sell some of the t-shirts to raise money to help me put some of these bikes back on the road, or to raise money for charity, even better. But all of this is just sort of spitball at the moment. All I'm trying to do is get the Bedworth Community Bikes name out there, and then we'll go from there. If I could monetize the channel to get it to pay for the bike refurbishing, then even better. But again, that's all spitballing. That's all in the future. At the moment, it's just about trying to save some bikes and trying to raise some money for charity. Anyway, thanks for watching this very talky video. I'm going to drink my cup of tea because it's probably a bit cold. And I should probably have a relevant sign-off, shouldn't I? Like, get cranked, or I don't know.